Here we're looking at gravitational potential energy, and the formula for gravitational potential energy is the mass of the object times gravity, which is usually 10, although it could be given to you as 9.8, and then times the height of the object. And the height here is the thing I would like to stress, because gravitational potential energy is the energy that an object possesses as a result of where it is above the Earth's ground. Okay, so if the height was 0, there would be 0 gravitational potential energy, because, as I hope you know, no matter what the mass and the gravity, even if this was 1,000,000 and 1,000,000, if you times it by 0, anything times 0 is a 0. So the gravitational potential energy of something on the ground is 0. Anything off the ground is going to have a gravitational potential energy. And so we can do a simple example here. If you were given an example, and let's take one of the children here, of a child who had mass 50 kilograms, they gave gravity as 10, and the diving board there was 3 meters. Gravitational potential energy simply is 50 times 10, which is 500, times 3, which is 1500 joules. Now, like the kinetic energy example I gave earlier, they might ask you to rearrange the equation. So they might give you a gravitational potential energy, for example, of 2000 joules, and say that the height is 5 meters, gravity is 10, and then they might ask you to calculate the mass. And so we just rearrange GPE equals mass times gravity times height. We've been given the GPE, we've been given the gravity, and we've been given the height. And so, because they're being times, our gravitational potential energy, if we take them, of course, is going to be gravity times height on the bottom equals mass. Okay, can you see that we are, because we're trying to get mass on its own and we're making mass the subject, gravity and height are both being multiplied, so when we take them across, we divide them. And so we have here a simple sum, which is 2000 divided by 10 times 5 is our mass. And so that's 2000 divided by 50, and that equals, one second, I should have my calculator, 40. So we have got a mass of 40 kilograms for the object that has a gravitational potential energy of 2000 at a height of 5 meters. And that's how to do gravitational potential energy equations. Really simple, know the formula. Gravitational potential energy equals mass times gravity times height. You'll be given 3 out of the 4, and you've got to fill in the missing blank, and at worst make one of them the subject of the formula.